Hello and welcome to village meeting. Before we get started with the public meeting, I'd like to read a statement from Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, general laws, Chapter 30A, Section, and the governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the gather in one place. This meeting of the North Andover Machine Shop Village Commission is being conducted in patient, and no in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted. Every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings as provided for. A reminder that persons who would like to listen to this meeting while in progress, so by watching your television on Comcast Channel 99 or Verizon, or by visiting www.northandovercam.org. I'll now open up the public meeting. Under item we have on the meeting a call to order. So can I get one of the commission members to call the meeting?
You call the meeting to order.
Yeah. Jerry, Justin, just motion to open up the meeting.
Motion to open up the meeting.
Can I get a second? Justin. Thank
Second.
you. Meeting's now open. So the first applicant, certificate to alter the property located at 43 High Street. This application for addition of signage located along High Street. So I'd like to turn it over to the applicant at this. Sally, I know you're online, and perhaps you can just walk us through what the application is proposed. Sally, are you there? We can't hear you. Can you maybe take off the mic? You're still muted. Click the little, there you go. Oop. Good now. Nope. What's happening?
It looks like she's muted.
What did it? Or
did that
it
work?
was flashing.
There we go. Yep.
I hear you.
That's all
Sorry.
right.
Okay. Sorry. I apologize. I'm on two different devices because the volume doesn't work on my computer. So, okay.
Great.
Sorry about that. Thanks for having me today. I've never done one of these meetings before, so I'm not exactly sure what to do, but I will be opening up a new business along with the other partners at 43 High Street. And we are looking to add a sign. We are on the parking lot side of the building where sort of the Jamie's parking is, and there's no window or door on the High Street side, and so we would like to have a sign on that side just so that people know where we are. Do you want me to just kind of read through the application, or how does this work?
Correct.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, just cite us. Yes, just
Sure. Okay, so
So
we
it,
are,
go ahead.
we're working with Don Sign Tech in North Andover. And the description, basically what we're looking to add is a 24-inch by 19-inch double-sided sign made of PVC, and it will have digital print vinyl application, and it will be mounted on the brick with a 24-inch scroll bracket. There are a couple pictures that were attached, one of what the sign would look like. And basically it's the notes on here are the existing banners project 24 inches off the building. So it would not come out any further than any of the existing banners that are already there. And we do have a letter signed off from RCG, the property manager, to do the work as well.
And so the signage that you're proposing is labeled color sample with the blue border.
Correct. Yep.
And that the rendering we saw of the picture, post signage for the Village Studio PDF. Is that the bracket that you are proposing that you'll be using, that bracket design?
Yes.
And one of the things that I'm looking at is how the bracket that's Jamie's has, and we got a lot of signage going down High Street.
Yep. Yep.
There's quite a, we got the banners and on, we've got, and Jamie's got their sign. So they seem to have a straight sort of tubular extent to hang the sign from it.
Okay.
Now this sign is also more, there is obviously, yours is more width than it is more height than it is width. I don't have their exact dimensions in front of me, but they're differently. And so I just, for me, sure, and I've driven by it 3 or 4 times, and looked at Google Maps. For me, I wanted to kind of get some level how high we hang the signs, so they're not just at all different levels. But I commission members to see what other people have for thoughts. I have no problem with the sign. I think, the bracket, I could live with the bracket. Height for me is important.
Okay.
So
So,
I'll commission members to
I
see what-
believe that Dawn is the one who installed the Jamies as well, and all of the other signs that are on the other side of the mill.
Yep.
So I can't speak for her, but my understanding is that they would all be approximately the same height as what the other ones were. But again, I can't speak for her. That was just my understanding when we were speaking.
Yeah, this one seems to be than the others. That's Jerry. What's your thoughts, Justin, Tim?
Harry, can you hear me okay? Okay.
I can hear you.
I've actually gone down High Street a handful of times myself recently, and I have no problem with the sign.
Yep.
The one difference I would like to see is to use probably the attachment to hang it instead of the scroll. Just have it something more simple that's more cohesive with Jamie's. It seems to be the same pole that's very similar to what all the banners are hanging from. That's my only. I got no problem with sign. And I know that your sign, I believe, said 24 by 19. Do you know what size Jamie's is?
I
think
don't
that would
know.
also be good
No.
to keep the size consistent.
Okay.
Yeah, can you repeat that? Unfortunately, you broke up when you gave us, after you recently went there and took a look.
Well, you've seen the Jamie sign, correct?
Yeah.
So I would think it would look better if it was more cohesive with everything else on that side of the building. The arm holding on to the banner. I think it would look nicer if it matched the one that Jamie's had instead of having some scroll design. And if it was the same
So
size,
yeah, you're advocating for like that tubular.
correct. Correct.
Sure.
And I think it should probably be the same size as the Jamie sign.
Well,
Just for a more cohesive look.
one of the challenges, and I'm with you on that myself. I think one of the challenges just has Jamie's, the word Jamie's. This particular sign has 3 words right across it, and I think that's probably why the sign long versus vertical. But that's me. But
It
good
might
point.
actually be the same width because it projects. It looks like in the rendering that it projects out the same as all the other signs. So it might just be that it's not as tall as the Jamie sign.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
So what are your
Guys-
thoughts, Justin, on the bracket?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice, but I kind of understand, or I do understand what Tim is saying, where not only is the Jamie's bracket that tubular bracket, but it seems that all the brackets that the banner type signs are hanging on are also all the same as well. So it kind of would make sense to keep them all the same.
Agreed.
And how about, what are your thoughts on, should we keep the height?
I think the height should be the same too, if it can work in that space. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I thought about though too, it is further down, right on top of Jamie's, but you do have the banner look. I mean, I agree with that. What do you, Jerry?
I don't really have a problem with the size of the sign. I mean, you're also talking about that. That's really at the point where Jamie's is, where everything starts to go uphill anyway. So it's not even going to look visually at the same level.
Yeah.
So the size of the sign doesn't bother me. I do agree with the bracket. The bracket should match the others.
So then, yeah, but the height doesn't bother you,
No.
meaning where the placement is height-wise?
Is it okay if I say one quick thing?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I don't know again about the size of the Jamies. We had started off actually with a sign. I think it may have been 24 by 24. And we actually asked her to make it smaller, mainly because we are looking to save a little bit of money as well. And a bigger sign was a lot more money.
Yeah.
Just one of the reasons why we decided to go with something that was slightly smaller as well.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the size. I mean, again, it looks like it's the same width as pretty much all the other signs. And because, like Jerry said, that Jamie's is kind of where the hill starts, I don't think you're going to notice, it looking off. I think it'll look fine as long as the width is similar, which it definitely looks like it is.
And any hints about the actual graphic itself? I mean, this is being presented. It's got the blue border.
No.
No, not really, because it kind of, I mean, it's not exactly the same, but at least it's You know, yeah, there's kind of hard to tell from these renderings, though. The colors get off. But you have all sorts of different colors anyway. I mean, if you look right across the street, you got that nice chartreuse green and a purple down there. So, I mean, having kind of a tealish blue doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, I like it. I'm okay with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I'm fine with
and
the,
it matches their logo.
Okay. So one of the questions I don't know is, I mean, maybe Jerry, you could give some insight. If we specify the same tubular extension, that's um, the 24-inch length won't have, meaning will they have to go up in size, down in size,
Well,
diameter of the tubing?
yeah, obviously the diameter for what is used for the large blade signs, there's much bigger, but if they're using the same one as Jamie's and this company did the Jamie sign, match the one that Jamie's uses. They're similar in size. Jamie's sign might be maybe 5 inches bigger, but it would be similar.
Yeah. Okay, is there any more? Well, then we can specify it that way. Actually, we can, we will require that the tubular extension or be the same as the extension that's being used on Jamie's sign, but to accommodate a 24-inch length. And then we'll specify specifically the graphics that's in the Village Studio signage sample. And then that's all that there is. I don't think there's more to it, except for the height. And we're comfortable where the height is on the rendering, then we'll specify the height on the rendering to be okay.
Yeah, good. Let's see. It's hard to tell from this angle, but just about every 3 courses of brick is 8 inches. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 16. So call it about 20 inches below the large blade sign bracket.
And what that would be specified.
But visually, it's going to be. I mean, they could just take a measurement off of the Jamie sign. It's going to look different because that's where it starts going uphill. So it's, if you stood off to the side across the street, visually Jamie's is going to look a little higher, even though they're mounted at the same height.
I know.
But that's an easy takeoff. I mean, the mounting height should be the same height as the one that was used for Jamie's.
that's what I think.
It'll keep
Specify it that way. We can all right, in the motion we can specify that we'll accept the signage per the graphics. And the height should be to the same dimensions as Jamie's,
Yeah,
with the exception,
the height in the bracket.
right, because the length of the bracket's accommodating a 24-inch width. But
When you say
we can,
that, do you mean the height of the sign itself, or the height from the ground to the top of the sign?
The height from the ground to the bracket.
Okay.
Because your signs are going to be different sizes, slightly different sizes anyway. So as long as the brackets are at similar heights,
Okay.
it should visually appear consistent.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so does someone want to make the motion? Do you want me to make the motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the signage as submitted in the graphic,
Yep,
and with the inclusion of the mounting height and the bracket style to match that was used for the Jamie signage.
I'll second that.
any opposed? Okay, so it's 4-0. Okay. All right, the motion passed. I will provide a certificate to Alta. A copy of that will go to you, Bernadette will issue it. And a copy of that will also go to building department to be attached to the permit.
Perfect. Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Do you need me to stay on or should I jump off or does it?
You can drop.
Okay. All right.
All
Thank
right.
you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay. Next on the agenda, an application for Karen, you're on, right?
Hi, Harry. Yeah, I'm here. I've been listening to you. You break up every now and again, but in general, I can hear you.
Yeah. Everyone's breaking up. I agree. A little bit of in and out. So let's
I
break.
think we can manage, though.
I think we can. So next on the agenda is a certificate to alter the property located at 295 Main Street. This would allow for replacement of windows, doors, and an addition. So present, Karen, the application.
Sure. My husband, John, is here as well. And then John Berthold, our contractor, is on the line as well, I think.
Yeah.
So we,
I am
yes,
here.
we can.
you
Hi,
hear me?
John.
So John,
Hi.
So,
Good.
let's take it in pieces, because there's a lot to. We don't jump all around. Maybe, maybe we can do like windows and doors, and then do the addition separate. How's that? This way, we're not all jumping around and challenging to keep track of it all, so that we can keep focused and get through it.
sure. Do you want me to start or, John, do you want to start? I don't mind starting. I mean, basically, the overview of the windows, if you're looking at the front of the house, the windows will all be the same size as far as the openings go. They're replacement windows now, and they'll be replaced with an architectural series. So it's an upgrade. And it's, as Harry, as you mentioned, it's an effort to make it more consistent with the architecture of the house, which is clearly mid-century modern. And so the windows will be casement windows, and those will be replaced
And we
in
can,
the.
and we, yeah. And images 3367, 3371, and screenshot 2021-04-23. What you are stating as the current conditions for those windows.
Yeah, so those are replacement windows, and we're adding new construction architectural series. So then also on the front of the house, the plan shows the siding that will be put in clapboard as opposed to the shingles that are there now. And then in the back of the house, there'll be an addition. It's going out about 16 feet from the kitchen, from the existing wall now. It won't go flush with the garage as you see it now. It'll be set back. But if you're driving up Main Street, you will be able to see a small part of the addition until we landscape, which we do plan to landscape so that it's all actually private. So by next year this time, you won't be able to see it, but at first you will. And that'll be a door. There's an addition to a door on the side of the house to the right of the garage setback. And there's an elevation, I think, included in the package for that.
Correct.
And that's it. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's not simple, but it's, as far as that goes, we're not, putting on a second floor. We're not, everything's in the back of the house. So try to keep with the existing as much as possible.
Okay. I'm just scrolling through. So the new door, what is, you didn't, that was not including in the, right, with the specifications?
There is a
That
new
must
door
be-
going on the side of the
It's-
addition,
Go
but we
ahead.
haven't picked that out yet. So we don't
Okay.
have it, but it's just gonna be typical like what's shown.
So are you going to, is it going to be a solid door? Is it going to be a raised panel door? Is it going to be those? Or glass
Um,
panes?
Most likely it would be a door with a glass in it with some, what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? The glass,
Typically, it's a full light. It's called a full light.
yeah, right. It's called a full light, but it would have the privacy glass. It's pretty much what's being shown there, but we just don't have the specifications. We haven't picked that out yet.
Okay. Okay, so let me open it up for discussion. Who wants to go first?
I have not at this time.
This is Justin. I have a question about, so that front bow window, it looks like right now it's like a 5-pane bow window. Is that being replaced? It looks like maybe it's going to three panel. Is that what's going on?
It's called a box, what the architect called a box window. So it's 3
Okay.
instead of the 5 panes, it'll be 3. So it'll be more simple and streamlined.
Okay, and does it protrude from the house or is it?
No,
is it
not
gonna
any
be
more than
flush?
it does now. Right now it protrudes from the
Okay.
house. And it'll be the same, but it's a box. And John,
I see.
just jump in if you need to.
Okay.
Which John?
Builder John, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
don't
it's
worry.
Right now,
The other John is telling me everything I'm saying wrong as I'm talking.
I
Yeah,
I
so
can
the-
picture it.
yeah, the other one is a bow right now. And what
Yeah.
we're going to do is we're just going to square off the front. So it's going to be the same projection out.
Okay,
It's not going to come any closer towards the road.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. And that, as far as windows, I mean, that was my first item that I had notes about, and that was the big question. I mean, everything else, you're replacing double hung windows with casements, and that all the same new construction windows, so that works for me. And it looks like you're actually replacing them with similar color too. It looked like a bronze color, which it looks like the current ones are dark too. So that all looks good to me. So those are all the questions I had for windows.
Okay.
Any questions, Justin? Or?
What was that? You broke up for a second.
Sorry. Any questions on the addition part of it?
I mean, it seems like the only visible portion of the addition is going to be on the back right that you can see coming up Main Street. And from what I understand, it's a full glass door, and it looks like some sort of picture window back there. Which to me both seem pretty consistent with the design of the house. And like the owner said, it's going to be hard to see driving at 30 miles an hour anyway. And once it's landscaped, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I think it looks nice.
Okay.
And is the siding going to be vinyl, or is it traditional clapboard?
No, it's
Cedar.
cedar. Cedar. Yep.
Like
cedar
4-inch.
clapboards.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Great. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
Okay, this is Jerry. Staying on that same subject about the siding. It looks like in your proposed renderings and elevations, the left side of the building is going to remain like a cedar shake, and then everything else is going to be clapboard.
Yes, yeah, that's right. And again, we plan to enhance the landscape when we finish this. We've been waiting to landscape the whole house until we finish this project. So we don't want to spend the money because no one's going to see it. It's only going to be our next door neighbor that sees it. And she barely won't see any of it anyway, so. And it'll all be painted the same color.
All right, well, beyond that, I didn't have any issues with the windows or anything like that because there are, like you said, they're already replacement windows. So yeah, I didn't have an issue with the windows as it was proposed.
Kim?
I'm good. I'm fine with everything.
Okay. So I have a question on the steel columns. So how many, there are 2 steel columns?
Yes, one on either side, one on the front porch and one on the side.
Existing, current? I'm looking through the drawing.
Right?
So Karen, do you have a steel column in the front entrance now? Or
Yes,
no?
I don't know if it's steel, it's a black wrought iron column. So this is just more
Okay.
in keeping, it's very, it's not very attractive, the black thing that's there now. You have to really look to see it, but
And
this will
you-
just be sleek, kind of, It'll be simple, so we're going for simple lines.
Obviously a column.
Yeah, it'll just be simple. This is more decorative and has rolls all through it and is rusted, so this will just be straight and clean and simple.
Okay. Through some of this, I'm sorry. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay. And the front door is staying the same, Karen,
For now, yeah.
for now? Okay. Drawing says replace front door, but you're not replacing the front door. for
No,
now.
we don't know what we want to do there yet. So so we have it, eventually we will do that, but we just don't know. And the existing front door matches the mid-century modern style that we're going for, so we've deprioritized it.
So you're just gonna paint it for now,
Yes,
for now. And Jerry asked, so this will go on the front and on the new addition and on the side, on the garage side?
did you
The
say the
supports?
siding? Did you say the siding? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the cedar,
Yes,
yes.
yes, yes. So anything you would see from the street is what we decided to do.
Okay.
And then, of course, in the
Yeah,
addition.
yeah, the drawing, because if we cite the drawing as, then the details within the drawing become, so I'm just going through to make sure. Yep. Yeah, I'm not even sure we see the new door on the addition on Main Street. The way.
Are you talking about the front door?
No, the side, the into the addition, to the right of the garage
in-
doors.
The right of the garage.
Is it on page 6?
Yeah, you might not be able to see it from the street.
right
I
of the
don't know, because it's set back. It's set back about, like, what I mean by set back is
I know.
it's not flush with the garage, that wall. And it's set back by, I think,
Exactly.
about 5 or 6 feet.
So
Yeah, it shows
Yeah, given how
an elevation. It's Plan A3.2, and it's in the middle of the page.
Yeah.
It shows the right hand elevation.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
on
you can see
page
it.
6 of the PDF.
So, yeah, page 6 of the PDF. Yeah. The only so, and then if you look at page, so if you go down to the A3.1 at the bottom right, on the, that center window there, that center window as well, looks like
That's existing,
it looks
that's
like,
not changing.
that's not changing.
That's existing and that's remaining the
It
same.
looks like the long with some short transom type windows above it. That's existing, that whole side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
so-
right, that's existing and nothing there is changing.
Okay. So in actuality, window you're replacing, the bow window, will be more similar and lining up with that type of a box window. Then it probably more close to that
Correct.
than it is, which is actually good. I think it's fine. I think that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good. I just wanted to make sure that I combed through this document and made sure that all of it lined up in terms of what we're going to say. Okay. I don't have any more questions. We just need a motion. I suggest we have a motion to basically, I would like to accept this PDF document, 321 permit stamped structural carrel, as warranting the details, along with the window specification. Number, wait a minute. No, I lost that document, right? One second. The abbreviated quote report 6088. We'll accept the current images, the 3371, 3363, and the screenshot. And I'll make this motion. I would add to that although the permit indicates that there would be a new front door, that we're not allowing a new front door at this time. If you need to do that at a later date, we'll just have a different meeting, and that the cedar clapboards would be in the front and on the new, not on the side, but of the house, but on the side where the garage is. That's the motion. Do I have
Seconded.
all? Any,
Aye.
Justin? I didn't hear you guys. Tim? Yes?
I'm good. Yes,
Thank you.
I had not.
Justin? You good, Justin? Bad connection. Jerry, I heard your yes. Justin, yes. Where's Justin? Can you hear me? All right, we're just waiting for Justin. Justin? Yes.
Hey,
Okay.
can you,
You-
yeah, sorry, my phone overheated.
Justin
But
just
yeah,
rejoined. I can hear you
need
now.
anything from me?
You're a
Yes,
yes?
I'm a yes. Sorry.
Yeah, I need your vote.
Yes, I'm a yes.
4-0. The motion's passed. So Karen, what we'll do is we'll issue a certificate to alter. You'll get a copy of that from Bernadette within the next day or two. And a copy of that Bernadette will provide to the building department to be attached. Any questions? Karen?
No, I don't think so.
Nope.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And then the last thing on our, you're welcome. Last thing on
Thanks,
our
John.
agenda.
Have a good night.
Is there any, yeah, I didn't hear that. Of a jittery session here. Was miscellaneous correspondence? Does any have anything they wanted to bring up?
No, I'm good.
No.
I'm all set.
Okay, good. Jerry, all set?
All set.
Tim, all set?
All set.
Great. I just need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Seconded.
Adjourn.
Okay. Aye. Okay, meeting's adjourned. Thank you, guys.